Hi, and welcome to another episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty, and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the lands and airwaves where this conversation takes place. Land which was never ceded, land where communities came together to eat seasonally, locally, and without exhausting resources. I pay my respects to their elders past, present, and rising. Today I'm talking to Jake Furst. Jake is head chef of Cinder, the elegant fire-driven restaurant in Fitzroy North's 150-year-old pub, the Terminus Hotel. He's also executive chef of the Kick-On Group, a hospitality group that runs large-scale, high-end venues in Melbourne, Sorrento and Queensland. Since the group took over the Terminus, they've completely renovated it, creating a casual pub feel out the front, extensive beer garden and marquee seating out the back, a private dining room upstairs, and Cinder, which is truly breathtaking. It's quite the maze in the Terminus, and Jake took me for a tour before we sat down to chat. When we came back through the door to Cinder, there was a lot to take in. Bluestone back wall, timbered ceiling and wall features, and the original pendant lights glowing softly and bathing the room in golden light. Cinder also has a private dining room with exquisite wines forming a wall at one end. For the lucky 80 people who've signed up to the Cuts Club, and there are still places, they have a specially assigned steak knife handmade by MD Knives, and that's Matthew Deschamps in the Dandenongs. These all hang in a wooden awards cabinet on the wall for when the lucky 80 come to visit. It really feels like a magical place. Jake is all about the collaborations, and you can check them out on the Terminus website. Important to note, though, is the upcoming Melbourne Food and Wine Festival event, where Good Food's Young Chef of the Year, Nicholas Delagianis from Audrey's, will join Jake on March 28th and 29th for a unique take on the surf and turf. Delagiani's love for seafood and Furst's passion for dry-aged beef will collide in a great way. Jake and I talked about all sorts of things, and once we'd finished, Jake told me that he'd prepared lunch for me, and I very happily sat down to delicious dry-aged Cape Grim steak, perfectly cooked, of course, and I felt very special indeed. Hi, good, how are you? I'm here to have a chat to Jake.
Jack, no worries.
Joe.
Joe,
Oh wow, it's beautiful in here. Hi Jake, how are you?
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I just went around the circle. How's things?
Good, thanks.
Have you been here before?
I haven't, it's gorgeous.
So yeah, what we did, so I'll go around the whole pub.
Yeah.
When we got it in December 2019,
Yeah.
we had two kitchens, so really lucky to have this one, but the other one was tiny, so sat in this room and the corner bar, you got nice big menu, really good service and everything. But as you went over to the other side, where the sneak to the back of the house here, this kitchen was about a quarter of the size.
Oh wow,
So you had, if you had on this side of the pub, you had a hamburger, a burger, maybe a bao bun.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Yeah.
So we extended the kitchen, pushed it out the back, out the side, peach oven went in, redid out the back as well. So we opened up the back to the car park.
That's huge, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and we're through.
Oh, gosh.
Halfway through the planning permit to actually build it in exactly like this. We're
Yeah.
upsetting some of the neighbours and stuff.
Oh, okay.
We live next to the pub.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's been 150 years a pub, hasn't it?
so yeah. So you redid all this, the roof went on. And yeah, it's just always a good opportunity to do something really nice over the other side so we can cater for your casual guys, pub food, all that sort of stuff on this side of the floor.
Yep.
Everything. To do something really nice over here. So we had a really strong following for steaks and stuff and high quality meat already.
Yes.
So we put just the grilling. So it looked like grilling in the corner. Dry went in and offered like a premium space to sort of eat it all.
Oh, it's
So,
so
yeah.
nice. It's so nice to use the bluestone and so on as well, isn't it? Gosh.
Actually, I'll show you upstairs. We redid the function room as well. So there was the old accommodation up there. So really pokey little rooms.
Yep.
So we continued this sort of wash all the way up. And as we got to the top, there was builder just took it like a hammer to the wall, chipped off about an inch of concrete all the way around, and exposed all the original doors.
Oh, wow.
So, it's pretty crazy. Like,
So,
imagine building that like 150 years ago.
oh, exactly right.
So,
And it would have been quite a different view out the window then too.
yeah, exactly.
This is gorgeous.
So yeah, a bit of a private room up here as well.
So how many do you do sit downs
sit
or
down, stand up, parties, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Depends what sort of comes through.
Wow.
But when we get the back done, we might turn this into a bit of a extension of Cinder all the way up. So because it's a bit of a mix now with Cinder in the pub, just to cater for everyone.
So how many, like if all these spaces were filled, how many people is that?
A lot. Like when we redid the kitchens, it was only for that little beer garden and the sort of the front area.
Yeah.
So we had to really tweak the menu and get smart about it. Get a prep shift in early morning, so the boys can do everything. Then that kitchen sort of turns into a just purely service for the day.
So is it a big team in the kitchen or?
Between both, we've got about 16.
That's a lot.
So
yeah.
a little corner pub. Like,
yeah. And so it's probably a locals place, but also a destination place then with Cinder.
That's what we're trying to do with this site, because it was an extension, like just like the dining room of the pub. But because we had to, there's no point doing the same menu both sides out of two kitchens. It doesn't really make sense. So we took the opportunity to do something a little bit nicer, because there's a lot of money around here as well. A lot of people don't want to go into the city anymore.
No.
Stay local. There's some really nice restaurants up Northcote.
Yeah.
But there's here and maybe the Wreck. That's beautiful down there. But
I was there on Wednesday.
Yeah, so I like going down there. It's really nice.
It is lovely down there. So this is my third very old building, like in 3 days. So Wednesday the Wreck. Wednesday, and then yesterday I went down to South Melbourne to Hotel South Melbourne and had a chat to Lewis there, and thinking there's something about these over 100-year-old buildings at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. So
but how great,
I had so much potential. Like I said, it's got the private room. What we struggle with, like I said, the kitchen's like a bit of a Lego kitchen. It just kept getting built on. And we've got some, like there's the prep kitchen's just behind that black wall there.
It's so classy as well.
Yeah. So we're pretty lucky with everything. So and it's starting to really take off, which is good. So I think we're about a year in.
Yes.
Obviously it slowed down little bits and pieces all the way through, and interest rates went up. We saw a bit of a hit there. Then you get all the public holidays and people go away. And we actually closed down January because we're part of the group that has the Continental Hotel as well.
Oh, in Sorrento?
So,
Oh, wow.
So joint partnership there with Scott. He was actually my old head chef. I got an apprenticeship there as well.
I love Scott.
And so we sent everyone down there to work because it was wild down there. So
okay. Man.
Yeah, so the group we've got here, Sorrento, the Ploughing in Brisbane, Osborne. We just bought the Grandview in Cleveland, so there'll be a big multi-million dollar redo there. Similar sort of setup to here. We'll have a little bit of a more premium offer upstairs in it's Queensland's oldest licensed pub. It's beautiful. It's old verandas all the way around and upstairs. So we'll similar sort of style to this. But then Townsville and Gold Coast, and he's got a couple more on the go. So.
I was thinking it must be good being part of a group because
we were quite lucky because we got this December 2019 for like 3 months and we got shut down.
Yeah.
And we're just like, we're lucky we had the ones in Queensland to keep everyone rolling, keep everyone getting paid, and like sort of paid for the redo because we're sitting there just like because it didn't look anything like this. Mismatched furniture, sticky floors, the walls were falling apart. It was pretty bad. Then we just thought we might as well give it a crack and we'll either pay off or it won't, and it did. So we've been really, really lucky with that. But having the power of the group and the group buying power and everything else that it opens up, it's amazing. So.
It's I mean everything's so beautiful. I mean looking at your meat, what do you call that? Fridge? No.
The dry ager?
Dry ager. Yeah.
So we're lucky with that.
That's gorgeous.
It all ties into the group because you have big spends with suppliers. They actually pay for that for us. Yeah. So the leverage you can get from everything, it's unreal. So.
And had you worked? I suppose you had worked with over fire before, but that's quite a particular way of cooking as well.
Little bits and pieces. Like we thought with the whole lot, we keep it pretty simple. Like we try to use the best stuff we can and just do it properly. So with the steak following we had here, we upgraded the brands. We in partnership with Flinders and Co. So we use a lot of Robin's Island beef, Cape Grim, Wanderer, Pure Black, and all that sort of stuff. And like so, the only other thing we could do was put the Josper grill in. So over fire, like a steak over coals, it doesn't get much better than that. So that was a mission because we had to pass through the walls, take new flues up. It's not just about put it in. There's certain regulations and stuff where you have to follow. So we got through that. Like I said, it was a bit of a nightmare, punching through walls, putting new exhaust canopies and stuff.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The difference is amazing. So we've actually got another one. We've got another restaurant going in corner of Langridge and Cambridge Street in Collingwood.
Yeah.
Josper Grills as well. So,
Okay.
But not down the steak road, so more vegetables and fish and stuff like that as well.
Okay.
So
that's still using wood, is it, for a Josper or charcoal?
A little bit of both. We mix it through. We use some lump charcoal and some processed bricks for the consistency of the heat. So when we're getting touched up in here, 80 covers, 80 steaks, you need the consistency. You don't need to be reloading it all the time. So. And there's a big lump of red gum on the side that adds a bit of flavour through. A little just smoking on the side, so you get that smoky flavour, and just a perfect char on the steak. So
speaking of 80, so I was just reading about the special club.
Oh yeah.
What's the club?
We started a cuts club.
Is it limited to 80 or is it?
I've only got 80 knives, so we got this guy MD Knives out in Dandenong Ranges.
I spoke to him for Broadsheet. He's so great.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Craig would only let me buy 80 because they're $350 a piece.
Yeah.
So all numbered. There's a board. I'll show you the board out here. The presentation board is. So it's targeted around, like we had a lot of guys, East Ivanhoe and stuff that come in where Craig lives.
Yeah. Oh wow!
So,
oh my god, that's beautiful.
It's stunning, isn't it? Like he's done such a great job.
Oh, I love that you've got Mathieu.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, you come in. You always have your knife on the table when you come in. So we've sold about 30 memberships now.
Yes.
Gives you priority access to the dry ager. But the key thing to it, you get a birthday steak as well on your birthday. But the key thing was just opening up certain times and stuff for other guests. So we're currently open Tuesday to Saturday dinner, Friday to Saturday lunch. But if you're part of the club and you want to come in on a Monday lunch or a Tuesday lunch, we'll open it up. Obviously minimum spend and stuff like that.
Wow.
We'll do events. We've got one coming up with Penfold soon. So
I read about that with an incredible wine.
Yeah, so they'll bring out. We've got a couple of magnums of Grange, so that'll come through as a special taster.
Wow.
A surprise taster. So don't tell anyone. But we've got some good partnerships with that as well. So yeah, it's just about opening up and like I said, just get some more people through, getting people experiences for people as well.
Yes.
So that's the major one. But yeah, the knives are stunning. So yeah. And they are beautiful.
Have you been to his studio?
Yeah, just little.
I know.
It's beautiful. Like, when I found him, he was like, "Oh, come out and see me." And I walked up. I was like, "Where?"
I know.
And we got delayed because of the storms and everything. Got delayed so many times. And,
yeah.
But yeah, then when he came through and I looked at it, and I was like, "This is incredible." And we found that old board. It dates back to 1886, I think it was. It was like out of an old Masonic lodge.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like one of those ones where people's names are written on them.
Everything was all on. So the guys, cleaned it up and mounted it all up, and it's come up unreal. So, and like I said, you open it up in front of guests, people are like, "What's this?" And that's where we get all the members and stuff from. So it's just about enjoying. Like, there's nothing better than having a beautiful steak knife that cuts through everything and.
Absolutely.
And that's our own design as well. So he's made that. He won't make that sort of design for anyone else.
And the handles are all different wood, are they?
8 different types.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're all Australian timbers.
Because I know he uses a lot of fallen wood and so on as well.
Yeah.
So he's amazing.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we're quite lucky with that. But just have $35,000 worth of steak knives sitting on the wall is a bit daunting, but it's all about the experience, really. So.
And I think, and I love, that you've been out there to his studio and so on. I was thinking you seem to be very collaborative, and I was reading about some of the other things that are going on here, and you're going to be working with Nick.
Yes. From
Audrey's, and
super exciting. So
yeah.
I met Nick because we're obviously part of the group. When I went down to help the Sorrento open last Easter, so I met him through there, and I've been pretty hands-on right up till December, until my new baby come in January, so...
That's right. I've seen that on Instagram.
So I was pretty hands-on down there, and like I said, the relationship with Nick, and then it ties back to the Scott, because I've known Scott for 15 years. I did the second and third year apprenticeship with him at the point. It's all good to sort of come back around. I think Scott's going to try and make an appearance as well.
Oh, wow.
So, it's really exciting. So, I've seen a lot of the stuff that Nick does, and it's beautiful. I've seen you won that award last year as well.
Yes. So I haven't spoken to him for Conversation with a Chef, but I have spoken to him for the broadsheet book when they did Home, and he contributed a recipe. So that was, it was good to talk to him. Yeah, he seems really nice. Yeah,
so knowledgeable as well. For such a young guy. It's incredible.
Yeah. So 15 years you've been a chef?
A little bit longer. So I was pretty much born into it. So my parents had a catering business back in Woolloomoolong.
Oh, okay.
So I've been working with food since I was 4 or 5, washing dishes all the way through. And it got to sort of high school and decided if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it properly. So shipped down here when I was 17, I think it was, and started my apprenticeship at Toofies in Carlton. So when it was a seafood restaurant there. So 2 years there, then went with Scott, worked a couple of years there, which felt like 10. But then moved around Melbourne, a bit at the French Brasserie, working with Gabriel Martin as well, at a couple of his restaurants. Then, bouncing around, and got into contact with Craig and the guys that own this sort of group, because my brother worked with him in Albury, and I was more jumped into the pub sort of game, because I look after here the group exec chef for the whole group. But it's just about learning the numbers and learning how the business works and how to make a living out of it as well. There's no point doing all this food if you send everyone broke.
No, that's right. And that's that balance, isn't it, once you get up into those leadership roles, I mean, even head chef and then obviously executive as well, is you have to have that balance of still thinking about the food, but obviously
and the discipline of the margins and the labour control and everything else. Like, I look after, it's close to 330 chefs now, from Sorrento to Townsville. So it's pretty full on, and the structure and the organisation you need to have it. Does it take away some of the joy of cooking? Are you still able to? I'm pretty hands on here. You are. I'm really lucky to have this little pocket, because I'll be in here tonight. Sometimes I do the pass on this side, sometimes I run the food, but we've got a really strong team here now with Sonny, the head chef, and it's been a lot of work all the way through building it up, but now it's sort of letting go as well is a big one to make sure it works. Yeah. There's no point having places that I can't look after all these people and all these restaurants if they don't work without me there. So it's good to have this one, because I can get in there, we can buy the beef that we want. We're really lucky that the pub runs really well. So we just bought some A5 Wagyu the other day for $1,700. So we'll slice that up tonight for some guests.
Wow.
And like I said, access to the dry aged stuff we run, that's probably holding about close to $9,000 worth of stock now. There's about 20 grams worth of beef in the core room as well. So it's really good to have this little outlet to forget about the numbers, forget about the people for a bit, and create some new dishes. And we're starting to filter some of the dishes into the pub side as well. So making a nice salad out of a beef cheek and bits and pieces, and taking that fine dining training into the pub side and really elevating it through there. And especially in Queensland, they don't want it to sound rude, but they're about 10 years behind us all. But we're seeing we just make some simple salads out of duck legs and bits and pieces like that, like kingfish salad, and they're really taking off up there, which is good. It's good for the business, it's good for the chefs up there as well, because they're getting away from just frying squid and cooking parmas. So
Is it a public thing as well, though? I mean, I'm not saying anything about the Queensland public either, but is it about, what maybe tastes have changed over the years as well?
Definitely. It used to be all about you get your plate as long as it's full and big, it's a good meal, but now they're looking into quality and fresher items as well.
And do you have to go around all these places?
Yep. So I haven't been since November. Okay. I've got a really good, solid Queensland exec chef up there looking after it, because the flights are through the roof now, accommodations through the roof. Plus I've got 2 little kids at home that need me as well. So probably another month I'll start tripping up there again. So maybe once or twice a month. But it's mainly, Ash has got it held down quite well. We've got really strong head chefs, and we put a lot into each team to make them feel part of it, make it feel that they're on, because at the end of the day they get paid to do a job, and they should be held accountable for it. And it only brings out the best in them as well. So we go around, and rather than going there and doing stuff, I'll take them with Townsville. We went up there and took them out jet skiing.
Yeah.
Bits and pieces like that, and just sort of making them feel like part of the family and everything. So the role of the exec chef for me has changed a little bit. Obviously hands-on here and creating the menus and filtering them up. But when I go there, it's making sure everyone's good, checking in the team, and making sure they're doing what they need to do. So.
And are they so they take care of their own menus? You don't have to do menus for that.
We have a sort of a brand bible for each area because each area is quite different.
Yeah.
The Osborne's in Fortescue Valley, so a lot of business lunches and stuff, so it needs to be super quick. The Plough right on South Bank there, so they get really busy really quickly. So it's fast food, done really well. Then it just varies up. So we've got a master menu now with about, when we started it last month, about 250 dishes, and gives them opportunity to pick some, take some, and do what they want to do with them as well. So it's just about keeping it all in the right track, because when we take over a place, we'll everyone decides in the room what we want it to be and where we want it to shift to. We give them that first menu. The head chefs usually come down here and work a week, see the standards, and get them behind the whole deal.
Yeah.
Then they'll go up, and it's all theirs. So
Yeah. Wow.
it's crazy.
Because I was going to say, when you do the menus here, and obviously you've got a repertoire of food that you've cooked over the years, but where else do you get your inspiration?
Sometimes we're doing a really big push on just trying to pull the margins down because food costs have gone through the roof.
Yes.
So we're diving in and taking dishes that usually wouldn't, like a beef cheek you wouldn't have on a summer salad. So we're finding bits and pieces like that to do with it. Nice, like we're doing it's beef cheek with like a pomegranate tabbouleh and stuff like that, so it shreds through, and you just think of it as a nice heavy dish, but it's really light when you have it with everything else. So getting inspiration from that, and suppliers really as well, can really put the pressure back on them to work for us and offering specials or whatever you got, what new fish is coming through, just to really open up the minds of everyone. And actually here as well, we're getting a lot of inspiration from the chefs. We get a lot of Nepalese guys and Indian guys.
Yeah.
So they're making really beautiful, like Sonny's made this little curry toothfish dish for the Cinder side, and adapting their style and their sort of history of cooking into the stuff as well. It's really odd, because at TAFE you don't get taught that stuff.
No, that's right.
And going through toothfish and that point and stuff, you're not making curries and the flavours and stuff like that, and working with spices, it's not anything that anyone's ever showed me. So getting that inspiration from these guys as well is really good. Yeah. So.
I've been talking to people lately, and people are complaining about how expensive it is to eat out, and how ridiculous the costs are, and trying to have that conversation, but the produce costs so much now. And I mean, we only have to go to the supermarket ourselves and see how much things cost. And of course, dining out, you've got all your other costs on top of that. Do you think, it seems to me that people are still dining out in huge numbers, but do you think dining out is going to change?
I think we've seen it change, especially in the pubs, like where you go out to like the nice fine two-hat restaurants and stuff, where you probably go once a month, maybe twice a month, changing the dishes and stuff. Just not saying we're going to cook two-hat dishes in the pub and stuff, but making it a little bit nicer and using fresh produce brand names and stuff, and charging a little less. We're seeing a lot more people come in. We had a huge boom just halfway through last year of people coming in, and like I said, we see it in the reviews, we see it in everything, that they can enjoy the pub meal once or twice a week. We've seen we run some really tight specials here, with like a steak night. So we use a nice Cape Cream steak all the way through, and you can't even cook a Cape Cream steak for $22. So we're getting a lot of people come through. We can do 200-300 people on the pub side on that those Tuesday nights as well. So like we see them coming in for the specials, and I think they're coming in for those cheap options as well. So, yeah.
Because I read T. Lee's post she did about banh mi, and how everyone thinks that's it should be a cheap food, and should be able to get it for under $10, but the amount of effort that goes into making one of those is so considerable. And I think that's probably the case with when you're doing good food and having a good product. It's sort of interesting, the public perception of things, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, we get a lot of people come through. You can't pay that. You can't charge that for a steak and not have chips on the side. And I was like, that's not a pub, mate. Like, what are you talking about? And we make like hand cut chips, and the effort that guys that put in, and like the boys that do close to 400 covers a week through this room, and it's the 3 of them.
Yeah.
So they're putting so much effort into comping the tomatoes, cooking the chips and everything like that, because like I said, we focus on just having really nice stuff and doing it properly. And I don't think people see the other end of it. It'd be nice for them to come in and watch for a day or the whole week as well and see what goes into and what you're paying for. And I said there's a lot of stuff that should go up that hasn't gone up yet. Like we haven't passed on all the costs.
No,
That sort of come through, and we're getting smarter with secondary cuts, and even with whole fish, Sonny, instead of filleting it down, you take the tail off first, so that'll go to a shared table, so you're not wasting that bit. We got a good shipment of kingfish collars as well, so we put that on a nice salad, so using the fillets, and you're still getting a really nice product, but it's a secondary cut.
Yeah.
So
you know what to do with them though, don't you? Because I often think about too a lot of these kitchens where you're using everything and really cutting back on waste and everything. I wish that I had some of that knowledge as well. I probably could research and find out, to be honest. But I'm always so impressed by chefs and how you do manage to
find a different way all the time.
And that just must be, it must just be because from working with food over the years, you build up that knowledge, but also I feel like there's, I can't really even express it, there's no fear of experimenting and trying things, because I guess you must know about what's going to work and what doesn't.
Yeah, definitely. I've been really lucky. When I started my apprenticeship, I was the owner operator, so owner head chef. So he was pretty strict on everything. So there was a lot of discipline in through there, and like I said, didn't get in trouble for trying new things or trying a different way. And I remember some of the times he used to make the staff meals out of the peeled mushrooms, so the skin off those. And he's like, because we peel them and throw, he's like, what are you doing? Don't throw them in the bin, we can cook them up. And I was like, it's a skin off a mushroom, what are you talking about? Then like I said, he'd make a nice risotto and stuff. So
oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I was really fortunate with a couple of guys that sort of opened my eyes up to trying new things and just trying different ways and not being scared to fail, really. Obviously something turns out awful sometimes, but yeah, it's very rarely so.
And do you have notebooks and things, or is it just all in your head?
I've got notebooks, I've got cookbooks. I have close to 800 cookbooks at home, much to my partner's disgust. They take up a lot of room, but yeah, I've got notebooks, pads, photos of recipes. We've got a big Bible in the kitchen there. It's about that big that the girls are filling out, and so every new dish that we go gets put into there, or slowly gets written in the first one. Then once it's refined, it goes into that book and kept aside. But I remember all my head chefs saying, "Where's your notebook? Where's your notebook? Write this stuff down because you'll forget it." And I was like, "Yeah, I won't forget it." But yeah, I sort of regret not writing stuff down from the first years, that's for sure. So.
I was going to ask, do you think about food 24/7? But I know that it's shared with thinking about babies, so steak and babies, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, even at home, I get put to work at home, so cooking dinner for everyone at home. So I'll be up at 5 with Max. We have breakfast, watch a couple of cartoons and stuff, and I'm usually here by 8, 9 o'clock. Then I'll shoot home from 4 till 6. So straight in there, cooking dinner and making new stuff for Mel. Then if it's depending what's happening at night, I'll be back here. If I'm not back here, back on the computer looking for new dishes and stuff, because like I said, it's always changing, prices are always going up. So we've got to be pretty onto it and pretty reactive when something jumps, like chicken or we don't get the stock. So we go from having all these great ideas and the margins set, and we have a girl that does all our recipes in Queensland. She's actually down here because we run a program that costs everything out, stock taking, all that weekly as well. So that's all kept up to date. But when chicken goes through the roof or steak goes through, or we can't get a product, can't get chips. It's panic station. So you got to be prepared for that. And yeah, it's never, especially here, we get a lot of guys come through that want special menus and special beef, and I'm always looking for new stuff. So new supplies as well.
You obviously love it, so.
Yeah. I said with all the steak and the fish I did early on, like I said, I was always, you're looking for new things and tweaking and changing and making something look like something it's not, and then sort of pulling it back now, and like I said, just cooking with the best stuff you can, doing it properly, and teaching the guys as well. That's my big one, where I can sort of step away and work with them, teach them, and like I said, Sonny's been with me for 5 years now he's running this whole joint by himself. So he started as a sponsorship chef, and he's come through the ranks, and it's incredible. So. And
clearly, I mean, it sounds to me like, I was going to ask about well-being, but it feels like you set up a really good atmosphere in the kitchen, and you respect your chefs, and they, you know.
I come in every morning, say hello.
Yeah.
We make chai. Where everyone takes in turn to make chai tea, because all the Nepalese guys, they make a beautiful chai. So we go through and who's making tea today, and it's always it's always friendly in there. And we've had a couple of bad eggs through, and they've come through in the worst times when it's really busy. And one big thing that we sat down and spoke about is that, like I said, there's no point carrying this bad egg around if it's going to affect the other 15 guys. So you got to make the tough calls and what's right for the team as well. Even though you might have to step up and do an extra day or extra couple of hours, it's about the team now. And as a group, we focus that on as well, because without the team, customers won't be happy and there'll be no money in the bank. So they're our big ones. But the team's happy, they'll look after our customers. So, but yeah, we got a really good, solid team in there now, and we went over to Dubai in July, and we've sponsored 28 chefs to come back as well. Wow. So mainly for the Continental and maybe Townsville as well. It's just so hard to get people in those areas. Sorrento, if you're working, or if you live in Sorrento, you don't need to work, and if you want to work in Sorrento, you can't afford to live there, so it's really hard. And so you reckon there's fewer Australian or local people who want to become chefs? The apprenticeship stuff has really dried up a lot. Yeah. I don't know if people have been burnt out, or maybe there's not a round of good teachers through there anymore. Like when you take an apprenticeship, like we take everyone pretty seriously here, and everyone, if you're high level, low level, everyone starts at the same point and they work their way through and earn the respect of everyone else and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's really hard to get someone that's keen, passionate, and willing to do the work, because there's a lot of easier jobs out there. Oh yeah. Especially in the last couple of years, it's been pretty tough. And so, what is your advice to people who are thinking about becoming a chef? Just to make sure you love it. Like I said, it takes a special sort of person to sacrifice what you have to get where you want to be. And like I said, it's a beautiful sort of job to do, especially here. Like when you can look out, we've got open kitchens in most of our places. You can look out and people come up to the pass, even on the pub side. So that was beautiful. Like those little things help, and we get a lot of people through here. They come up to the steak, or they try coming to the kitchen and shake the chef's hand. That was the best steak I've ever had. That sort of feeling, like there's nothing better than that. Creating that emotion for the people that come in and eat, and celebrating their special occasions and stuff. It's incredible. So yeah, it'd just be make sure you love it and sort of give it a red hot crack, because it can give you it opens lots of doors and you meet a lot of people, and like I said, the stuff that you can experience by eating your way through everything, it's really good. So thank you. That's right. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Jake Furst at Cinder in the Terminus Hotel. You can check out all the Cinder goodness for yourselves on Instagram at cinder.melbourne. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear about some other chefs, I'm on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef. You can read the chat at www.conversationwithachef.com, and I would absolutely love it if you told a friend about my chats, and follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Once again, thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.